It feels like it was yesterday when the British ultra-luxury car maker decided to accept the new reality of the automotive industry and start competing in the SUV segment. Today, the Rolls Royce Cullinan is a 6-year-old SUV, so it doesn't surprise that the company decided to make some updates and keep its most popular model competitive. For that reason, the new 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan is here, with a bunch of novelties and once again, the world's most luxurious SUV. Stay with us as we take a look at the most important updates, but first, make sure to like and subscribe. It means the world to us. As we've just mentioned, this SUV is older than it may seem at first, but nevertheless, the 2025 Cullinan gets a mid-cycle refresh. Changes may seem subtle at first, but they're actually quite comprehensive. Of course, the best way to start is with the exterior design. Styling-wise, this SUV may be relying on classic aesthetic solutions, but still, it's always great to get a couple of modern touches. In this case, changes are rather subtle but quite effective. The first thing you'll probably notice are the new headlights, characterized by new L-shaped L-strip flanks, which may seem a little bit unconventional by Rolls-Royce's standards. But this isn't the only atypical aesthetical feature. While the grille has retained the same overall design, it shines now, which represents illuminated skyscrapers in the megacities, according to the officials. Still, probably the biggest change was done to the front bumper, which doesn't feature slender air intakes flanking the grille anymore. Instead, the new intakes are slightly tilted, while the radar sensor is now placed beneath the license plate. Novelties can be seen from the side as well, in the form of new 23-inch 7-spoke wheels for the first time on this model. Finally, another interesting novelty is the addition of a new Imperator truffle finish. Just like the pre-facelifted model, the 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan is also available in the black badge version, which, besides the same visual updates, also continues with its unique features. One of the most interesting novelties is the addition of different 10-spoke 23-inch wheels, while we should also mention various exterior tweaks. For example, the famous Spirit of Ecstasy figurine comes in a black variant, while dark trim pieces can be found all around the vehicle. Moreover, even the mighty grille can be ordered in black finish. Of course, exterior design isn't the only aspect of the 2025 Cullinan that receives updates. On the inside, you can also find a couple of interesting novelties, even though the overall interior layout doesn't seem different compared to the pre-facelifted model. One of the things that's easy to notice is the Spirit of Ecstasy, positioned right below the analog clock. Since it's clear that by far the biggest novelty is a full-width glass panel that incorporates instrument gauges and an infotainment screen, which replaces the previous setup. Besides the new screen, there's also new software called Spirit, which debuted in the Rolls-Royce Spectre a while ago. And while we talk about tech features, let's not forget to mention goodies like Bluetooth headphone connectivity for the rear infotainment system or an 18-speaker audio system with an 18-channel, 1400-watt audio setup. Of course, a familiar pair of rear screens is still there, capable of displaying individual content. In the case of the black badge version, the list of novelties also includes a new duality twill leather interior that consists of 2.2 million stitches and 11 miles of thread. Moreover, the new perforated leather upholstery comes with 107,000 0.8 and 1.2 millimeter perforations. Then there's the new open-pore gray-stained ash wood trim option. All in all, the Cullinan's spacious cabin is characterized by an impressive selection of materials. Box grain leather, lamb's wool carpeting, beautiful wood trim, and milled aluminum accents are just some of the things that come to mind. As we're talking about a mid-cycle refresh, not a full redesign, it's obvious that dimensions are the same, which translates to the same amount of passenger space as well. What's also the same is the optional viewing suite, which is essentially a pair of leather-wrapped seats and a small table that pops out of the floor. While the exterior and interior designs have been notably updated, Things under the hood, as well as in terms of general mechanics, continue in the same way. Once again, the Rolls Royce Cullinan comes equipped with a good old 6.75-liter V12 engine, which most likely won't get a successor, considering that Rolls-Royce plans to become an all-electric marque by the end of this decade. Anyway, the base version of the SUV comes with a max output of 563 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque, which is plenty enough power to move this massive SUV from 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. Some may say that's not even close to Bentayga, which needs just a little bit over 3 seconds for the same kind of sprint, but let's not forget that this one weighs more than 3 tons. For those looking for a little bit better performance, the aforementioned Black Badge model comes with a slight power boost with a max output that goes up to 600 horsepower. But the Cullinan is much more than numbers. It's a complete experience, pretty much unparalleled among SUVs. Of course, air suspension is part of the standard equipment, as you'd expect from a Rolls-Royce, but there's also an advanced road scanning camera that sends data to the suspension control unit, which then adjusts the vehicle height and softness, all in order to compensate for potential road imperfections. Combined with unparalleled sound insulation, it ensures pretty much unparalleled ride quality with all the tranquility you'll ever need in your life. And if anyone cares about fuel economy, which we doubt, the Cullinan is not the thirstiest model in the class. Instead, it offers surprisingly good MPG ratings for a vehicle of this size and weight, which go around 12 miles per gallon in the city and 20 mpg on the highway. It's not easy to talk about the Cullinan's features, considering that this is a super luxury, highly customizable vehicle with so many options and possibilities that cater to the individual preferences of each customer. And if we consider the clientele, it's hard to find two examples that are exactly the same. Still, there's a list of basic features that characterize every model that comes out of the famous factory. So, let's take a quick look. Just like the pre-facelifted model, the 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan comes in 2 variants. The base one is simply called Cullinan, and it's already a super opulent machine. In terms of some quintessential features, we should point out things like laser headlights, the aforementioned advanced adaptive air suspension, rear-wheel steering, and electronically retracting hood ornament. The list of standard equipment also includes soft-closed doors, which brings us to an endless list of interior features. Still, we might mention things like keyless entry and the aforementioned full leather upholstery. A panoramic sunroof is on all Cullinan models, while it's needless to say that those cushy seats come equipped with heating, cooling, ventilation, and massaging functions. We already talked about the new screen and gauge cluster, but let's not forget smartphone integration, navigation, head-up display, and a bunch of safety features such as adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, blind spot warning, automated parking system, and many, many more. Other than the standard Cullinan, there's the other model we talked about, the Black Badge model, which is characterized by numerous exclusive styling details, all blacked out. Wheels, exterior trim, brake calipers, hood ornament, all these things come blacked. Practically the only substantial difference between this and the standard model is in terms of suspension, which features a little bit sportier layout in this case. Other than that, it's mostly about aesthetical details and personal preferences. The refreshed 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan has just been presented, and we expect to see it on the roads pretty soon. Besides all kinds of new features, this model also brings a price increase as expected. The new model now starts at around $392,000, while the Black Badge version is expected to go for around $454,000. What do you think of the 2025 Rolls Royce Cullinan? Do you like the new look or prefer the old one? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.